Aloha from Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, Vietnam. We're going to talk about one of the most common questions I get as a nomad, which is, would I buy a condo and live in Asia full time, owning a condo, or would I just keep traveling? Let's talk. There's so many beautiful parks here in Ho Chi Minh City. They are just dotted all around, and you can search for them. You can like seek out a park, but you can also just walk through the city, and this is where you end up. I just kind of found my way coming back from the Symphony Orchestra Hall and came by this beautiful park and said, okay, that's it. I'm gonna sit and relax and just enjoy some shade and quiet right in the middle of a very large, busy city. Today, I want to talk about condominiums because I've had a lot of people ask why I keep traveling from one country to another. Why don't I buy a condominium and why don't I just stay in one place? It's a perfectly legitimate question, and every country that I go to, I always collect like the brochures on real estate, and I look at what's for sale and what areas people are living in. I'll often like sit with one of the real estate agents and I'll ask like what areas are being built up and what's happening. It's just kind of fun to find out because it's kind of the industry that I was in back in the West. And so finding out what's happening with condominiums, what's happening with land development, new cities that are being developed, this is something that I enjoy. But let's talk a little bit about what I'm seeing in the Asian condominium market, okay? Let's say I was to invest an even $100,000 into a condominium in the Asian market. So it could be in Thailand, it could be here in Vietnam, it could be in the Philippines. All three are growing markets. They are building constantly. In fact, I'm going to show you what I came across just walking over the last couple of days. I want to show you just the construction standing in one area in downtown Ho Chi Minh City. Let me show you that now. This area that's called the Landmark, that's going up. That's brand new. I'm going to rotate. This is called the Nexus, right here. That's brand new. Now we're going to rotate to this one. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different buildings going up right there. Okay? On the other side of this bridge, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and smaller ones, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You've got 12 different structures going up. Right across the water over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rotate 6. 6 massive condominium projects on the other side of the water here. What is that, a total of maybe 16, 17 projects? Now, considering that that's the level of construction that's going on, and this is happening throughout the Philippines, throughout Thailand, and I'm probably going to keep seeing this everywhere that I go throughout Asia. So much construction. A multi-thousand unit building coming out of construction and available for purchase or available for living. Would I invest $100,000 into buying one of those units in this market? And the answer is I would not, and I'll tell you why. When you have that much construction that's coming online, new buildings in major cities throughout Asia every single year, buying one of those units, you're basically taking $100,000 and you're just placeholding it in one spot. I'm not saying that it would go down in value because probably the way things are going right now with so many people trying to move away from Australia, the EU, the US, Canada. People are trying to get out of these countries and move abroad. So you probably wouldn't lose your 100,000, but you also would not see any growth because there's too much coming on the market. So that 100,000, 10 years from now, that condo is going to probably still be worth $100,000. And this is what happens in a market when you have so much inventory that's being poured onto the market in new condominiums. So what is the alternative? What do you do then? Well, I'll tell you what I have done. Instead of investing in a condominium overseas, I've taken, let's just take arbitrarily that 100,000, okay? And I'll take that and I'm gonna invest that into dividend stocks. Now, if those dividend stocks, some of which are giving me 3-4%, some of which are giving me much more than that, some of which are giving me maybe a mid-range 5-6%, I am going to go with a 6% return because that is what I am getting on my dividend account with my mixture of stocks. That was my target, and that is what I am achieving. A 6%, that gives me also a safety margin for bad years, okay? That's the way that I've set up my account. We'll talk more about the account later in other videos. But that gives me $6,000 a year return on that 100,000 investment. And I've already shown you many of the places that I'm staying and that I'm paying around $500 a month. And that, you know, considering some of the folks that I'm talking to out here, they're paying $400 a month. I'm staying in hotels because I just like the convenience. I like the locations. I like it comes with Wi-Fi. I like that it comes with all utilities, air conditioning, power, water, hot water, everything. And I'm paying $500. So let's talk a little bit about that. Okay, let's go ahead and face the other direction here and see this beautiful park. Look at how large it is. The park is gigantic, and it's just right here. You might be able to hear a little bit of traffic noise, but it's pretty nice right here. Okay, so I get my $500 a month return, about, okay? Sometimes it's a little more. The way I have it set up is that it's usually a little more, and that gives me a safety net for bad years, okay? Also, I get growth on those stocks as well. Now, dividend stocks, they don't grow the same as a growth stock. Sometimes you'll get a great situation where they will grow nicely, but you're not buying them for that. You're buying them for stability and income, okay? But sometimes, like I'll tell you, like natural gas stocks, industrial metal stocks, I'm getting a nice annual return on the value of these companies as well as the dividend return. So it really matters on what you invest in. And we'll talk more about individual stocks later, but that's my system. That's what I'm doing. I'm not buying a condominium. I'm taking the money and I'm investing it in dividend stocks, and I'm using the return to give me the income to continue traveling in any country that I want. And I feel a peace of mind from that. It gives me tremendous flexibility, and it also gives me something that buying a condominium in Asia will not, and that's growth. You're not going to get growth buying a condominium in Asia. I'm also not thinking that you're going to necessarily lose money. However, you're not going to see any growth, okay? So I'd like to know in the comments what you think. Is there a particular location, particular country that you maybe are interested in looking at condos? What are your thoughts on the matter? And I will continue to keep showing you the hotels that I stay in and the places that I go. By the way, I'm loving Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon. I'm loving it. It is so peaceful. The cost of living is so low. The people are very friendly. And I'm just out for a beautiful walk every day. I wish you all the best. I'll keep bringing some more videos from Vietnam, and then we're on to another country after that. So have yourself a wonderful week, and aloha.